What is up, guys? It is DMG here, and today we're going to be talking about the Futmas Muriel card. Now, hopefully you guys did get it and you did see how overpowered he looks with the 92 pace, 84 shooting, and the 76 physical, which does include 84 strength. So along with that, he also has 4-star weak foot, 4-star skills, 5'10", which isn't super tall, but it's also not short either, and he has high-low work rates. So literally, like, perfect attributes for a card, great stats as well, and overall just probably one of the best Futmas cards as well, because I think the other two that are at least worth doing in my opinion were the Van Dijk one and the Herrera one. There are a couple, here and there that you should just pick up just because they're super cheap, but Muriel, Herrera, and Van Dijk are actually like solid cards. So they're the only three like solid cards in there, so hopefully you did pick up Muriel. So I do want to talk about the negatives and the positives of this card, and there weren't really a lot of negatives. There was only two that I saw. One was his long shots. They're only 70. But when you go in game, he has good enough finishing and shot power to where if you do take a long shot with him, it actually gets pretty close. So if you have someone who doesn't have good long shots and they're wildly inaccurate or something, you're not going to shoot with them. But Muriel was like close enough to where I consistently wanted to shoot because it was that close, right? So I think I shot like 5 or 6 long shots with him. 5 of which were inches away, and then there was another one that hit the post or something. So it seems like it's like good enough to where like the long shots aren't really going to be that big of a factor, and you can hit a couple of them, which you probably will. But they're not good enough to the point where you can consistently hit them. So just keep that in mind. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that he doesn't really seem to break away very well. I mean, he has 92 pace, I think it's 89 acceleration, which is great, right? 89 acceleration, but he can't like burst away. He can't break away from a defender, at least initially. After a while, then he'll start to outpace him. His sprint speed's fine. It's just that initial first few touches, and also in those initial first few touches, he can't really dribble very well. Like his maneuvering, like in short and just quick circles, right? Just quick turns, he can do that really well. But just dribbling in general for the first few touches and just breaking away, he can't really do that. And I think it's because he is like a big guy. Like in game, he has like a big body. I guess he's 5'10". I'm not talking about height, but just body. Just he has a big body, and like it's kind of similar to Schmeichel. A lot of people did not like prime Schmeichel in goal because he couldn't get down to save a ball, and that's because he has like a huge body. And that's why De Gea is insane. Like he's he has great stats, but that's why Farman's also insane. Farman has a skinny body as well, which allows him to get down and get to the ball, which is why Schmeichel can't do that. So I think I feel like it has to do something with that body of his. Like, because again, he has that big body, which I feel like can't really allow him to initially get away or like turn or have a good first few touches, it seems like. It also could be the fact that it's just in my head. I mean, his balance isn't great. It's 79, so it's not horrible, but you would want it to be a little bit better, especially with the fact that his agility is 89, his ball control and his dribbling in general are, I think, 88, 89, somewhere in that range. So his balance is kind of hindering him a little bit, but I think it is also because of that big body of his. Again, we've seen it with the prime Schmeichel, so it's not too absurd to say that it could happen for Futmas Muriel as well. Now on to the good things about this card. Like I said, his pace after those first few touches, after kind of breaking away for a few seconds, he does have that speed. He can break away, so that pace does come in handy. And I mean, you wouldn't really expect it to hinder him at all. It's 92 on face value, right? That's not bad at all. That's actually fantastic. Work rates really come in handy. His high-low work rates, I never really see him come back, which is good. He's always forward. He's always trying to press that back line. He's always kind of... He has a trait called press defensive line, or not the press defensive line, but like get past defensive line or something like that, where it's on foot head, foot whiz. You can check that out. And he makes runs in behind a lot better. He tries to get away from the defender. It's beat defensive line. Beat defensive line, that's what it is. So he tries to get past the defender very easily. If you can spot that, if you can play a good pass, and he's gonna get a good touch on it, he's gonna finish it. And speaking of finishing, anywhere in the box, again, his long shots aren't that great, but anywhere in the box, he's gonna put it away. His finesses are actually fantastic, and his curve is 84, I believe, so good curve as well. His finesses are great, and you can do like a driven finesse with him, where you hold RB and then you do like a driven shot, so like double tap B. So RB, double tap B, and it kind of does a driven finesse type shot, and it's pretty overpowered. it's amazing, right? It's just fantastic because, again, his curve is 84, his shot power is 89, 88, 87, something like that, high 80s. So it's also very good there. So he can do that finesse, he can get it around the goalkeeper, but he can also do it with a lot of shot power as well. Again, with that just clinical finishing, pretty much any time I shot the ball inside the box, it was going to go in. Either foot as well. So that brings up another point of his weak foot being absolutely fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. I like Thierry Henry has a 4-star weak foot, feels like a 5-star weak foot. Muriel, to me, he's one of those players where it does feel like a 5-star weak foot, right? There's some players where, if they do have a 4-star weak foot and it feels like a 4-star weak foot, or sometimes it feels worse than a 4-star weak foot. Very rarely does it feel better than a 4-star weak foot. It's, Thierry Henry was one of them, Muriel was one of them, Eremenko was another one. That's like pretty much the only ones I can name at this point. So the fact that, you basically have like a 5-star weak foot with 4-star skills, great pace, great dribbling, great shooting, 84 strength is just fantastic. And I do want to bring up that strength again. There were times where he was bodying off PK, he was bodying off Sergio Ramos, he was bodying off legend or icon center backs like Rijkaard, and I think not Maldini, but it was Desailly, I believe. Yeah, it was Desailly. So Rijkaard and Desailly bodying him off, holding people off, and then he was able to pass the ball up as well. So, I mean, just in general, it's one of just the most overpowered cards. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been DMG. Peace.